Hello and welcome to the Budget Life's Budget Bundle. This is just a quick video tutorial and to give you an overview of how it works. So on the main screen here you'll see just a few notes. First of all, to get things started, I recommend saving this blank document just as a master and then save it as a different month name for every month so you can use it accordingly. It allows you to start fresh every month and not have to go in and delete all the contents. Secondly, you do not have to type any dollar signs into any cells. The cells will automatically place it in for you after you place a number in that cell. If you'd like to print the documents to put into a binder for your records, all you have to do is just hit the print button under the file. Do not hit the quick print button, and just make sure you scale it to fit to one page. And that ensures that all the pages will fit on one page and you're not printing on multiples. Each worksheet has locked formulas, which mean you can fill out the sheet and it will total it automatically for you in those certain cells. But those cells with the formulas are locked, so you cannot type whatever you want in them. It's to ensure that the formulas don't get accidentally deleted. To unlock the protect the sheet, all you have to do is go up here to Review tab and click the Unprotect, and that will unlock the particular sheet you were working on, and you can make those formula boxes editable, but I do not recommend doing that unless you're just a pro at Excel. And then lastly, the debt payoff tracker might not calculate your total credit card interest exactly like your statement because credit cards all work differently, so I just want you to know that that is a pretty close total imbalance. It might not be quite exact. So here we go. Let's get started. So first of all, you have the budget overview. This is where you put in a list of all your bills for every month. So you just list the days here for your income and then the days here for your monthly bills. And then how much you're budgeting for that amount. I know there are some bills that are variable and some bills that are fixed, but I just put basically a rough estimate of what I expect it to be every month. I kind of change my variables on a monthly basis. So this budget bundle is actually for a budget by paycheck tracker, and we also do digital and cash envelopes and savings and sinking funds. So quick note on that, your digital and cash envelopes are things that you want to basically either pay cash for or you separate your money out, and that's how much you have allotted to spend on that one particular item. So for example, we use cash envelopes for things like our dining out and our fun money. And then we use digital envelopes for things like our fuel for our vehicles, our groceries, home maintenance and pets, beauty, things like that. So our digital envelopes work as we actually have separate checking accounts for a lot of these categories, and we just use particular debit cards for that item. And then, like I said, our dining and fun money are for our cash envelopes, and we actually do cash that out every month, or every paycheck, really. So that's where we put them over here in this section. And then down here are your savings and sinking funds. And like I said, a sinking fund is something that you are paying. You're basically saving up for to pay for. So things like Christmas time, your presents, you want to save for throughout the year, but you're going to spend it at the end of the year. If you need new tires, you're going to save up for those just to spend it. So anything like that, we'll go over a little bit more of that in detail here later on. But in each of these areas, you'll find categories that you can look at. So you can put your dining out category on here, if you want to save a bunch of money for, or put a cash envelope for clothes, whatever you want to do. Then over here in the savings and sinking funds, you'll see you have two columns. So the first column is your category column. So all you do is go in and just put your savings here, and then you can type in, savings account, if that's what you have, for example. You can also put in a sinking fund for your Christmas. However you want to do it. That just kind of shows you how that works. So you have to type in this column and you put in your categories in this column. All these lines will total these for you. And then it brings it back up here to your total budget. And it subtracts the total budget from your total income and gives you that amount. And then it also gives you a savings percentage of how much of your income you are planning on saving for that month. So that's your budget overview. Then you move on to your paycheck trackers. So like I said, this is a paycheck tracking budget. So what that means is you have a different budget for every single paycheck. So you have the option of having 4 paychecks on this tracker. You do not have to use them all, obviously. Just use however many that you need, and you're going to budget per each paycheck. So you put all of your income up here. Now I do have multiple lines because some of you guys might have side hustles out there. And so side hustles are typically, they kind of vary in how much you bring home because they're side jobs. So I just give you multiple lines, and I put my side hustles in the paycheck tracker that goes with it before it. So if I get paid on the 1st of the month and then not again until the 15th, then any income that you get between the 1st and the 15th, you would put on the first paycheck tracker. So you put all your income there. You put in all of your monthly bills here. This is your category, again, to match kind of your budget overview. And then you type out your bills of where they're going, and then how much you're expecting to pay, and then how much you actually pay when that time comes for it to be paid. Again, it totals it down here for you. It has a leftover amount. So your leftover is your bills subtracted from your total income, and then it brings that amount back over here. And then you put in your envelopes. Same thing with your categories. Put them here, your budget and your actual, totals it, leftover, and then brings it down here to your savings and sinking funds. So as you can see, it's kind of in priority order. So your bills first, your digital and cash envelopes are second, your savings are third, and then down here is your extra debt. So anything left over comes here, and then you just have an extra debt total down here at the bottom. And then this number right here should equal 0. You want to allot, we also do a zero-based budget with your paycheck or budget by paycheck. So a zero-based budget means that you are assigning every dollar a place. So what that means is you should not have anything left over from your paycheck. Every single dollar should have a home. You'll notice on a checking category, you have a checking cushion. I highly recommend putting one in, whether it's $40, $50, just to allow your checking account to grow a little bit, because there are variable expenses like we talked about. So if your electric bill is a little higher one month, you will have a cushion in your checking account, but it's money that you don't see. It's money that you don't spend unless it just grows to a pretty high amount and you want to, put it towards debt. You could save it. You could buy you something nice. Whatever you want to do with it is your money, obviously. But the checking cushion allows you to still have an extra amount in your checking account, but it still allots every dollar a place. So this should equal 0. And this down here is your bank account balance. If you want to do that, you do not have to with this paycheck tracker, but if you put a starting account balance here, then it'll subtract everything and give you your current bank account balance. You have to manually enter this on every single paycheck. So if you go over here to Paycheck Tracker 2, your bank checking account balance from your Paychecker 1 does not carry over here. You will have to manually type that in. So like I said, you have 4 paycheck trackers, and then at the end of that you have a monthly review. And a little side note here, all of these months can be changed. There's a list here for 2019. That's on every single page that has that. You can change the date, as you can see. So on your monthly review, it totals all of your income right here. And then you have to manually put in your categories here, and it will total it across for you. So let's come back over here for our checking and cushion, since I knew we already had that in. Let's say we had budgeted $40 and we actually cushioned $40. So on your monthly review, you see here it brings it over, and then it will do a difference. Let's go ahead and put in some income here so you can see that. It brings in your total income. And then you have a difference of $0, and that is 4% of your income. So you have a category, or you have a section for your bills, you have a section for your envelopes, section for savings, and then for your extra debt. And let me make a note here that if you do have if you have the same category on 2 different areas, so let's say you have clothes on bills, and then you have clothes on your digital and cash envelopes as well, somewhere on your paycheck trackers on any of the 4, you will have to put them in both of those sections. It will not carry over both areas to one area. So that's just a little note on that. This kind of lets you see where your money's going every month. Cash envelope breakdown. This guide is if you want to use cash envelopes. You do not have to by any means. I will say that you have digital and cash envelope options here. So let's say you have car payment. If you want to do that for your cash envelope, you have $100. It actually brings it right over here into your cash envelope breakdown sheet, and you break up the bills however you want. And then it totals it here. And these numbers should match if you're doing all of these as cash envelopes, obviously. And it brings it in for every single paycheck. There's 2, 3, and 4 paycheck. So what you get with that too here at the end, let me just skip through some of these. You have a cash envelope teller card. You can print out a whole sheet of these and cut them out, and then all you have to do is handwrite these in and cut them out and give them to the teller, and it will give you a little quick little easy guide for them to show you what of this that you want. So you have a 2019 calendar. You can fill in all of your bills. You have 4 lines per day. You just type in your bills, and then you can color them by going to this button right here and doing whether it's auto draft, it's a payday, or it's a manual payment, or whatever else you want to put in there. But you have all the months right there. Your debt payoff tracker. This is the thing that I was telling you that it's not exactly 100% close or 100% correct, but it's pretty darn close to getting you a debt payoff amount. So all you do is put in your creditor. So let's say you have a Discover card and a student loan. So you have a $5,000, $50 minimum payment. Your interest rate is 25%. And then just some examples here. So you're making a $50 payment. Just kind of walking you through and showing you what this does for you. So it's going to give you a balance here and then a current balance at the top. So up here it gives you a total starting debt, how much you have paid to this date, and your total debt remaining. And then this gives you your total monthly minimum payments of how much you have to pay, and then your date payoff based on paying those, just the minimums. So it kind of allows you to play with it a little bit, see how quickly you can get things paid off. So it gives you an opportunity for 20 creditors, and then it goes up to 6 years, 72 months. Your debt snowball plan. This is where you put in all of your debts right here with their interest rates, their starting balances, their current balances, and then the date that you pay it off. And then on a monthly basis, you have to go in and manually fill this out. But if you total up all your debt at the end of every month, it will chart it for you over here to kind of see how your debt reduction is going. Yearly savings plan. So this is your goals, holidays, and events. So anything into savings or sinking funds can go in here. Just gives you a nice little chart for them. And then a yearly savings tracker. So same thing, you just bring in what you're saving for, your goal, and then how much you saved per month to let you see if you're on track or not with your savings plan. Your sinking funds budget. So this is where if you have more than one item for the sinking funds, for example, Christmas right now, this is a very ideal time since it is almost Christmas time right now. So let's say we started saving in 1/1 and it is due obviously 25th. And it would let me save for gifts, for travel, if you wanted to split it up. Gets you an idea of how much money you have allotted for that. You have 4 options for that. And then you have a weekly meal planner. If you guys want to use this, I highly recommend meal planning your meals. That's helped save us a lot of money with this. You can just type it in on what you want for every day. And then you can bring it over here to your grocery list and broken down into categories. So that is all we have got, guys. I hope that makes sense to you. Please reach out to me if you have any questions at thebudgetlife_ on Instagram, or you can email me thebudgetlifear@gmail.com if you have any questions. Good luck. Thanks so much.